that is very nice. How's it going, my fellow geeklings? My name is Scott Anthony Christie, the Auburn Phoenix, and today I am bringing you a new rendition of Tea Stories, and the mug of the day is this embroidered Superman mug, which I had in my Justice League Geek Gear box, I believe. All I can say is, I'm super! Thanks for asking! No, I'm not getting into that. In this rendition of Tea Stories, I want to tell you all about the very first film I made. Now, this was before I made Equality Productions. This was while I was still at uni. Well, to be fair, like a lot of my films I've made have been while I've been at uni, but this is before I decided I want to make short films properly. Before this, I was like, let's make a feature! Because I was way too ambitious. Keep in mind as I'm saying this, 1, I had no budget, 2, I had no idea what I was doing, and 3, this was meant to be a 90-minute feature film. Oh, how ambitious I was. It was me, my friend Mark James, and a bunch of my uni mates, and we decided to work together to try and make this script become a reality. And to be fair, for what it was, I'm really happy with it. We had no budget whatsoever, and I had no idea about the first thing about filmmaking, but I was really, really ambitious. And because this was like a 90-page script, this wasn't something you could just film in a day, because it takes a long time to film at least 4 pages. There was so many complications with the script, there was lack of resources, and there was just some things that we couldn't do. It became much, much harder, and as a director, I was just getting so frustrated, because I thought to myself, why can't I do this? Why can't I ever make this happen? But again, that's doing the whole thing of running before you walk. I wish I had started off doing short films before trying to do a feature film, because the thing is, even my lecturer said this, I sent him the film because I was really eager to try and get better, try and learn how to write scripts better. So I sent him the film, and he said this to me. First of all, you need to walk before you can run. He was essentially trying to tell me I need to learn how to tell a story through shots. Whereas you see so many films, not just student films, short films, but big blockbuster films that just talk and talk and talk rubbish all the time. That can be summed up in one shot. He wanted me to go out there and make a short film that was under 3 minutes but had no dialogue. So I had to try and convey a story just through shots. No dialogue whatsoever, no speech, just film shots. That's all I could do. This is what I tried doing with my next short film, where I used no dialogue and it was just using a coin. That was the only prop that was going to give me an indication of what this story was going to be. That was it. And I managed to do it. And I thought, you know what? I thought that was much better because it was a shorter piece. I had more time to think about the concept, and I just thought to myself, yes, this is great because I'm telling a story with no dialogue. We all know the principle of show, don't tell. A couple of days ago, I watched Martin Scorsese's first short film, The Big Shave, and literally, in the title, that's all the film is. It's a guy going into his bathroom and having a shave. That's all it is. No dialogue, and he's trying to grasp you through the visuals rather than any dialogue. And I think it is much more gripping. And this is something I have learned, that storyboards are very, very important. The way I used to do all my films before was I used to write down in a notepad what sort of shots I was after. And yeah, that worked for me, but sometimes it was a bit more difficult to communicate with a cinematographer or other actors. And this became much more apparent in the latest film, Dying Breed. I'm really, really happy with Dying Breed. I don't want to say anything bad things against it, but if I was going to do it again, I would do a shot list. I just wrote the script and I passed it over to a director for them to take it on board. However, on the day of shooting, I noticed the director was more focused on the actors and the cinematographer was just kind of left in the dark. If we'd had a shot list, the director could have added to that, and then the cinematographer could have suggested a couple of things, but a storyboard is very, very essential. And that's what's really important about short films as well, is the fact you get to focus on a shorter piece and then you can think about the shots more. But when you're trying to rush out to get a feature film, it becomes more daunting and you just aren't used to it. So that's why I'm really happy about doing short films. With this next project I'm going to be doing, I've been spending some time doing the storyboards because I've been thinking in my head, what sort of shots can I visualize? And I think that's a great reason for short films, is because it teaches you how to be a better filmmaker. Because if you think about people who make feature films, they've got like 2 hours to tell their story. They've got time to establish characters, where they are, what circumstances they are in, and then they have the big climax because they've had time to develop it. But with short films, you have to try and do all that in a shorter space of time, like a way shorter space of time. By making these mistakes, guys, it just makes me a better filmmaker, and I'm not a professional whatsoever. But by having all these mistakes in the past, and still making mistakes this day, I feel like I'm able to benefit and learn. And the thing is, nobody is going to be perfect. No one is going to be amazing when they first start off. Doesn't matter what you do. Here's an important tip as well. Don't try and overcomplicate your first piece. Like, don't try and write a sci-fi film. Oh, my tea's run out. No. Oh, and it's got a bit cold. Cold tea. If you want to check out the first film I ever made and some of the other films I've made, head on over to Equality Productions. And if you enjoy tea stories, leave me a like, leave a comment, let me know what you want to hear me talk about next. But until next time, I've been Scott Anthony Christie, and you've been watching the Auburn Phoenix. Take care, too sweet, and go make yourself a lovely cup of tea, or coffee, depending on what you like.